SASS is a nonprofit organization providing outreach, advocacy, and support to survivors of sexual violence and their partners, families, and friends throughout Eugene, Springfield, and the rest of Lane County. We serve survivors aged 15 and up, as well as the families, partners, and friends of survivors of all ages. And our services are meant for all people of all genders and backgrounds. This video is meant to give a brief overview of the services we provide. More information is available on our website. Because this video will discuss sexual violence, we encourage you to view at your own discretion. There are 3 important elements to all of our services. First, our confidentiality. SASS staff are privileged advocates, which is a legal status that means we are prohibited from sharing any information about our clients, even their names, with anyone, including law enforcement, DHS, and other agencies, unless we first have the permission of that client. This means that survivors can feel safe when working with SASS, knowing that they can share information, ask questions, and explore their options without losing the power to make their own choices in their own time. Second, our services are free for survivors. And finally, we strive to be accessible to all people with all needs. Our services can be provided in English and Spanish, as well as other languages upon request. One of our essential services is the Crisis and Support Line. This hotline operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, even on holidays or other times when our office might be closed. Crisis line staff are not therapists or counselors, but are specially trained in crisis advocacy and supportive listening. The crisis line number is 541-343-7277. You can also call us toll-free at 1-844-404-7700. The Chatline is a new service from SASS, launched in February of 2024. Just like our 24-hour crisis and support line, it is available for survivors and their families, friends, and community members. SASS advocates can provide emotional support, validation, and resources over the Chatline. In order to access the Chatline, people who need support can either text our crisis line phone number, 541-343-7277, or they can click the widget in the lower right-hand corner of our website, which is www.sass-lane.org. The SASS Chatline is available from Tuesdays to Fridays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. As we continue to expand this new service, the Chatline's availability will change. We will update our website and social media when that happens. SASS employs staff and volunteers who are bilingual in Spanish and English, but they are not always available, so powered by the technology provided by the Izzy platform and Google Translate, the SASS Chatline can provide services in almost any language. For those needing in-person support, appointments are available and can be scheduled by calling our business line, which is 541-484-9791. Our business hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. However, this does not apply to the crisis line, which is 24/7 as mentioned earlier. SASS also provides 24/7 medical advocacy. Typically, that happens when a person in the emergency department discloses to the medical provider that they have experienced sexual assault. Under Oregon law, that person is entitled to support from a crisis advocate. SASS advocates support survivors as they make decisions about what kind of care and treatment they want. Some survivors choose to have evidence collected through a sexual assault forensic evidence exam, sometimes called a rape kit, which is performed by a specially trained nurse. Some survivors choose to make a report to law enforcement. Some choose not to do either. SASS advocates are not there to convince a survivor of what to do. We trust each person to make the decision that is best for them, and we support them to think through their options and feel empowered no matter what they choose. For survivors who do choose to make reports to law enforcement, SASS provides support and advocacy during the reporting process and during legal proceedings. Some survivors choose to make their police report in the SASS office instead of going to a police station or making a report in the hospital. Some survivors also request accompaniment to court during the proceedings of their case. Other legal advocacy is also available for survivors engaging in civil law, such as filing for protective orders or dealing with family law issues. SASS staff are not attorneys and cannot provide legal advice, but we can provide support for survivors and help them connect with lawyers who may be able to offer legal representation. SASS also provides housing assistance. We make referrals to housing navigators and run supports in housing system navigation. We can help connect to community partners for emergency and transitional housing assistance. We can also provide you with information regarding your rights as a tenant. SASS offers emotional support through the healing process in a couple of different ways. We can assist in accessing mental health resources outside of SASS through referrals. For those seeking community support, we offer 2 recurring support groups. Our regularly scheduled survivor support groups meet on Tuesdays twice a month. The women's support groups are for women and gender diverse people, including non-binary folks, two-spirit people, and other gender-expansive people who have been affected by violence against women. The LGBTQIA+ support group is for members of the LGBTQIA+ community. Both groups meet virtually and are available to survivors outside of Lane County as well. SASS recognizes the need for culturally and linguistically specific services. The Latin Connection Program currently offers a virtual short-term support group for Latinas who are survivors of sexual and domestic violence. These groups are facilitated by SASS staff and volunteers, not therapists. SASS is also able to provide counseling services in Spanish through a partnership with Plaza de Nuestra Comunidad. We also offer a support group for self-identified Latin providers in Oregon, held on the last Friday of the month. We also serve teens high school aged and older. We have a youth advocacy coordinator and a youth outreach coordinator who are not mandatory reporters but work specially to support these individuals. SASS works to create a world where no person needs our services, but until then, we are here for anyone that does. We hope any person who has viewed this video feels confident in accessing our services for themselves or for others.